So is utilizing some thinking routines. Again, thinking routines are really great ways for us to create routines around our routines. And if we've been utilizing thinking routines already, really embedded into our practice, then our students are already going to know what to do with them. So two thinking routines that I really love to use are a see, think, wonder, right? Or a see, wonder, know. Again, those of you who have maybe early learners, or sorry, learners who are a little bit younger, differentiate that, right? You can break it up into little smaller bits, if you will. And I love also to kind of shifting around the traditional way that that thinking routine is organized, putting the wonder kind of after that observation period, if you will. I've seen some teachers also when they've used this thinking routine with their learning wall, they'll use some physical object to be able to like narrow in focus. So of course it could be a magnifying glass. I've also seen teachers literally take a piece of construction paper and make a noticing frame, which is really great too, to kind of like notice and zoom in, if you will, on particular artifacts. Again, getting up and getting physical, moving gives that oxygen to the brain, gives our students an opportunity to talk and leverage oracy, of course, thinking about their thinking in that way. And one other thinking routine that I really love here is connect, extend, challenge. So again, with that one, you can differentiate it and kind of tease it apart. Maybe you only use one or the other. But connect and extend challenges is another way to playfully utilize a thinking routine. Now, with that, it could just be all oracy and all verbal, where you're doing a little bit of scribing. Maybe it starts with that verbal conversation, and then from there, you ask your learners to stop and jot, pause and reflect a big idea or give you a little bit of feedback moving forward. So again, it doesn't have to be either or, it can be both and more. So thinking really flexibly and playfully there. Um, and then honestly, this is a simple one. And sometimes I pull this out of my back pocket when I'm doing some co-teaching lessons with teachers. And I'm kind of noticing that there's a little bit of cognitive friction. I can feel a little bit of kind of confusion on the rise is based on the evidence before you, or honestly, this is one I use if I'm not quite sure what to do yet, especially if I'm co-teaching and I don't know the learners very well. We'll take a look at the learning wall or look at the evidence before us, and I'll say, based on all the things that we've unpacked together, you've unpacked already within your unit, what are you curious about now? I might give them a couple of, maybe concepts or topics to kind of use as a frame, if you will, or to provide that universal support so we know what we can talk about. Either which way, even if this is something that you're doing at the very start of the year, this is how we build up this muscle of students being able to think about their thinking, lean into that lens of curiosity.